And hello, Zane. Welcome to the first Imperial show match of the year. How are you doing, my co-caster?
Hello, I'm doing fine and very excited to cast the first show match of this academic year.
It should be a good one. We've got two very evenly matched players. That's always what we go for when we try and do these show matches. And this should make for a very interesting match.
Definitely. PvZ, one of my favorite matchups.
I think I've said this in one of our previous show matches, but PvZ for me defines StarCraft. Like, if I think of StarCraft, I'm thinking of super awesome alien intelligent race fighting, horrible virus and destroying
Well,
it from the face of the earth.
I think most people say TvZ is what they think of, but yeah,
They're
I do
weird.
like PvZ. Terran's so plain compared to Zerg on Protoss. Like Terran probably exists in real life soon, but Protoss and Zerg probably won't for another few thousand years.
I think we're being a bit optimistic about our ability to get to the stars.
Well, we'll see.
We will see indeed. We got Splinter in the chat asking you when he's going to get his opponent for King of the Hill.
Well, we do have someone lined up actually. That will
Ooh,
be announced later.
that's some exciting news right
And
there.
that will be another epic show match. But for
Indeed,
now, we
it
do
will.
have ThatGuy versus Leon in HK.
Absolutely. Leon and Jeffrey are our two opponents for today's game. Jeffrey being the Diamond Protoss and Leon being the Platinum Zerg. What do you know about these two players, Zane?
Well, not much to be honest, because they're both freshers, so I haven't had a chance to speak to them very much. But I do know that Leon loves to proxy hatch. He did beat me with a proxy hatch. He has a 100% win rate against me.
That's much
So
better than my win rate against you, which
yeah,
is like
he's one to watch out for.
0.1%.
He did beat me at our freshers event actually.
Really?
hmm
That's some impressive stuff. Were you playing on a handicap though?
Not in game.
Not in game. I like the
There was no
qualification
in-game
there with
handicap
that.
option.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't
Fair enough.
confirm or deny which mouse I was using.
So does that mean you're going to be rooting for the Zerg in this competition?
I'm rooting for a good series, to be honest. That's all I want.
A good series is what I'd really like to see. I say it every time, but I'd love to see this go to all five matches today. We're playing a
Yeah,
best of
we
five
are pretty
today.
lucky. Usually, when we do cast these show matches, they usually do go to the last game.
Yeah, it's quite impressive that. I don't know how that always seems to happen.
Fate.
Fate is
No
fate
match
indeed.
fixing, I promise.
Absolutely. So our two players seem to be ready to jump into the first game. So if you're ready and I'm ready, I think we should do it. What
Yeah,
do you
let's
say?
go.
Okay. So we're loading into the first match. That's going to be on Nimbus LE. Now, I haven't played ladder in a while. I'm going to be honest and own up. But what can you tell me about Nimbus?
This is a really good Protoss map in this matchup. It's so your natural is really easy to defend because it's easier to defend than your main base, really. And then even the third base is easy to take. Immortal Sentry is very strong in this map because the third has like a ramp near it. If
Hmm.
you set up a pylon down there, there's basically no way the Zerg can ever surround you. So it's just such a good map for macro play for Protoss, all-ins for Protoss. It's a very dangerous map for Zerg.
That's
But it does
pretty
have the
exciting.
advantage of being a four-player map, which does mean that Zerg can get away with playing very greedy and also get away with six pooling. So that means Protoss always needs to be careful.
Yeah, that is indeed true. So we're into the game now, and we'll be starting in the top left position. Do you want to introduce our players,
Yeah,
Zane?
in the top left-hand corner, we do have the pink Zerg, Leon, in HK. And in the bottom left position of Nimbus Ellie, we do have the blue Protoss, ThatGuy.
That's pretty awesome. So, the question is, which way they're going to scout first? We see the scouting overlord from Leon going off to the right, so he won't be finding his opponent immediately.
This is actually abnormal. What most top Zerg players do is they send the Overlord towards the base. Don't send it to the south in this case, so that you could see their natural, so you can see where they are earlier. Because most Protoss will tend to go Nexus first on this map
The most interesting thing is he is also drone
in
scouting.
the same direction. That is very strange. That does
Yeah,
suggest to me he wants to do something very sneaky and cheesy in this first map.
indeed it does. I
Even then, I
wonder...
do think it is a mistake to send it in the same position as the Overlord.
Yeah, even if you're doing something cheesy, you do want to send it the opposite
And
way and
the
get the most
drone doesn't
information.
even go in far enough to see if there's a base there. That's very strange.
Yeah,
I
he
think
totally could
that
have
has to
missed
be a
that.
mistake.
Yeah, I think it was probably a misclick on the rally point. If we have a look at where he's rallied to next, we'll see he's heading to the next base over, and we'll eventually get round to his Protoss opponent.
And the next interesting to note is that guy is queued up enough probes to go for a Nexus first, so he's going to go for 15 Nexus, and then if you look at the pylon placement, that's not going to be a forge, so this is going to be a 15 Nexus, 15 gate opening, which is the standard and a bit cheeky. I mean, if there was an early pull coming out, then that guy would have to rely on some really stellar micro to win, but no early pull this game.
No, we've got a 16 pull going down, pretty standard from our Zerg, and we'll probably see an expand following it up in a moment, don't you think?
Yep, most definitely. I can't see this being a gas just yet. And yeah, as the drone does go towards the natural, it will be a hatch. But I mean, just look at the builds. The Nexus is going down before the hatchery. Like, Zerg really shouldn't go for a pull hatch on this map. It's just such an easy map to get away with the hatch first on. In fact, even 3 hatch before pull is quite good on this map. Very safe.
Yeah, it is a pretty huge map, which we can see by the fact that the poor little drone that Leon sent at the beginning of the game has only just reached his Protoss opponent's base. He's going to get the information that his opponent has already expanded and quicker than himself. Let's see if he can do anything useful with that.
The probe was sent out to scout off at the gateway. It still hasn't found out where the Zerg has spawned. Like, for all he knows, this could be an early pull, so he must be feeling tense right now.
The third hatchery is down. As we can see, he's taken the forward position off to the right of his spawn.
Yeah, these are really good positions for the Immortal Sentry all-in. Like, if you just look at the ramp of that guy and then just follow it along up that left side and then down that ramp, that's such a fortified position for an Immortal Sentry all-in.
It is indeed.
Just put pylon up that ramp and then it just takes so few force fields to just zone off that area.
So the cybernetic score is coming in. Do you think we'll be seeing a robo in this game from our Protoss friend?
I don't think so. But I don't really know enough about the players enough to guess. Like I said, macro play is also very strong in this map.
Indeed. One thing to mention is that both of our players in this best of 5 show match are freshers. So welcome to StarCraft Society, guys, and also welcome to any new viewers that we have. Hope you're enjoying the show.
And next show matches will feature probably like bronze players, silver players, so don't be frightened if you're not that good.
Yeah, we're going to get all levels of skill in here for the show matches. That's what makes them so fun and enjoyable.
In fact, I think it'd be good to have a show match between 2 people who've never played the game before. That would be interesting.
Now, that would be good. We should get Nicole on there.
Yeah. That might take some work, though.
We'll work out a way. So this probe's getting some good scouting information, but is probably going to die unless he does something with it soon.
Yeah, definitely. And the Zerg has got enough gas for Zerging speed, but he hasn't started researching yet, and he's still mining gas. So this could either be a mistake, or this could be an indication that he wants a really fast layer to maybe go up to Mutalisks or something, maybe a Nidus.
I'd like to see some Mutalisks, I think, on this map. There's some good airspace behind the natural of the Protoss.
Yeah, but I mean, these positions aren't that great for Mutalisks. Look, it's just so easy to get to the opponent's base.
That is true. The scouting Zerglings are getting picked off by the Stalker. They're also not going to even scout the Forge, so
and
wow,
we have Burrow, so Burrow before Zergling speed and the Roach Warren, so this could be something very aggressive.
Interesting to see. The Roach Warren is, of course, on the way now. Do you think it's just going to be a max out on Roaches?
This isn't going to be a max out on Roaches. The economy is not good enough. This is going to be like some really early Roach bust. I mean, it's not going to be many Lings because there's no speed on the way, and I don't think he's going to research it if he hasn't yet. I mean, he has 200 gas and he hasn't started it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mothership Core doing a little bit of poking, trying to avoid that.
I mean, if we just look at the work counts, 38 against 25, there's no way you can catch up without doing big damage with your Roach attack. And we do have, a really fast third, so this Roach attack might actually work.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the Protoss is economically very far ahead, but he has very little in the way of army, as we just saw.
And he's not going to have a robo, so he won't have detection, because he's opted for the Twilight Council, and he has a forge, but he has no cannons yet. He's making one now at his third. But, let's see, I mean, the Mothership Core is really far out forward, so he will be able to see these Roaches unless Leon moves them around the sneaky path. Which he might do.
What's the sneaky path then?
I mean, down the left from the south of the third, instead of going across the middle.
Aha, yes, that is a very sneaky path, you are right.
Very sneaky.
Roaches are lining up.
And still, like I said, I mean, there were a few more drones made, so it's up to 30 now, but still, 48 probes to 30 drones, and the third being as fast as it is.
And he's just running the Roaches straight under the Mothership Core, and then revealing the fact he has Burrow.
the third's even finished now, so he was going to be able to photon overcharge it. I really don't see this roach attack working.
Look at the number of gateways that he has now.
And that's fully walls off that section of the map, so there's only one direction he can even attack from with his roaches, which he knows are coming.
Yeah. Scouting Phoenix is going to
wow,
confirm
two
what he already
spores
knows.
being made in the main. That's an interesting decision. His economy is so bad, and he still decides to make 2 spores.
Yeah, that's not going to help with this push at all.
And then he sees like 10 sentries and a bit sloppy. A sentry just fall to
that's
the
not
roaches
good.
and slow lanes. But I mean, 4 roaches isn't going to kill this, especially with the. Just 4 roaches won't kill that. Yeah, there's some more roaches coming, but the force fields are good, but not good enough. 1 sentry does fall, a bit sloppy there. The mothership core's still far forward. Now it's recalling.
That's an
But it
expensive
does
way
have
to
enough
bring your
energy still
mothership
for an
core back.
overcharge.
He probably would have. He had more than enough time there to just walk the mothership home. I don't think the recall was really necessary.
Yeah, but he wanted to be safe, and
I mean, he saw the whole size of the attack, and I think he could have held it without the mothership core, to be honest.
yeah, but it's better to be safe than sorry. For all he knew, there could be more roaches burrowed anywhere.
That is
And
indeed
just now,
true.
10 minutes in, the lair has started. Things
Indeed
are
it
not
has.
looking good for our pink Zerg.
No, they are not. The supply advantage is still heavily in favour of our Protoss. In both regards now, both in
Yeah.
drone and in army supply.
That should never happen, because when the Zerg goes for such a roach-based army, roaches are very supply-heavy. So when Zerg does go for roaches, their supply tends to be higher than the Protoss's in an even game. The fact that the Protoss is about 20 supply ahead goes to show how far ahead they is. And I don't think there's any way that Leon can hold this blink attack.
Oh, the move command directly into the Protoss army has just crippled his main fighting force.
Yeah, I mean,
as
he
well.
has burrow and there's no detection, but still, there's just not enough units. There's 8 roaches.
Trying
That's
to get
it.
down a 4th as well at the same time. He's not going to be able to hold his 3rd, let alone his 4th, I think.
And the Protoss feeling confident even enough to start ground weapons level 3.
Yeah. That's interesting choice.
And yep, going down this path I mentioned earlier, this is such a good path. Like you can just force field things off so easy. Like that hatchery, you can put like 3 force fields to the like bottom right of it and just wall that area completely. And yeah, there's no way he's just gonna pull his drones back. And so yeah, just like that, 3 force fields.
Maybe 4 if you're not quite sure.
Yeah. Not a single unit died.
Nope.
I mean, look at the units lost. Protoss lost 2 units. I think they were both sentries as well, compared to just so much being lost by the Zerg. And it looks like Leon thinks that a counterattack is his only option, but even then that's not going to be enough. Like, there's enough things that he can just warp in things at home to stop that anyways, and he still has a recall.
Yeah.
There's just no way the Zerg can win from here.
Nope, unfortunately not. It looks like it's getting quite sad for our Zerg player, and we could see the GG in a matter of time.
And we should see a GG. Everyone should always GG.
More GG, more skill, as White Raw would say.
Yep. And that's written on your mousepad too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Or your old mousepad.
My mousepad that I've retired because I don't want to make it dirty.
GG.
And there's the
lol.
GG lol.
He knows
and
that this game did not go very well at all.
Nope. Hopefully,
And-
in between this game and the next game, he has a chance to reform his thoughts. Is he going to use the blink? Never mind. Doesn't need it. There's the
And
GG.
That guy leads the series 1-0.
Indeed, he does. So, Zane, give me your post-match breakdown of what happened there. What went wrong for our Zerg play?
So, it seemed like he wasn't sure whether he wanted to be aggressive or not, and then he decided to be aggressive, but it was too late, so his economy was so bad, and he didn't have a very strong all-in anyways, and then despite the Protoss playing so greedy, he just wasn't able to punish it, and then he just fell so behind then, and then that guy just didn't give up his advantage, and he just won with an easy push.
Indeed. Well, Leon does have the map pick for the next game. It'll be interesting to see what he picks. But whilst he's making that decision, we're going to go to a quick music break, and we will be back in just a short moment. Okay, and we are back with the second game of this best of 5 Imperial Showmatch. Zane, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, and I just wanted to say that last game, though it didn't go so well for Leon, I did say at the beginning it was a Protoss map, so Leon can just look at that map and say I wasn't meant to win that map anyways, and he should be able to do better on this map, which is his pick. It's Overgrowth, which is a good Zerg map.
Yeah, it absolutely is. When both players are ready, we'll be getting into the game. But how has your experience on ladder been playing ZVP on this map?
This is like the standard map, to be honest. I don't think anybody in the world would actually say, "Oh, I hate playing on Overgrowth." So
Yeah.
I think this is the most vanilla map. So like, when I think of if someone says like, "Oh, I played a game of StarCraft the other day, and this guy opened this," and I picture it in my head, it's always on Overgrowth. So
I think for
I mean, I don't.
me, that map is probably Metalopolis.
Well, maybe when I was a lot younger.
Many, many years ago.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Welcome to Chat Sing a Song. How you doing?
Okay, so we are on the loading screen.
We are in the loading screen for the beautiful gold map Overgrowth LE. We'll be seeing where the players spawn, although this being a 2-position map, they're not going to have to do any guessing like they did last game.
Yep.
Okay, Zane, give me your prediction. Who's going to win this next map?
I think Leon's going to take this, and I think he's going to do something sneaky.
Ooh, interesting.
So in the top right position, we do have leading the series 1-0, ThatGuy spawning as the blue Protoss, and in the bottom left, the pink Zerg, leoninhk.
Hopefully Leon can pull one out of the bag. That would be pretty cool to see.
Oh, and the drone. Okay, it's just a drone scout. I mean,
Is it though? Is it really?
we could. I don't know actually. It does make sense to drone scout this early, to be honest. But
Not
I
on a
think he did
2-player
it.
map. He
I
did
think
it
he
last
did it-
game.
Yeah, but even then, on a 4-player map, you shouldn't drone scout that early.
Yeah,
It just hurts your economy too much.
definitely not on a 4-player map. Like, as a Zerg, do you really care that much, like, where your opponent spawns?
Yeah.
I mean, it decides whether you maybe go
Oh, and
3
the
hatch
10
instead of
gas
2
goes
hatch.
down. I do think we're gonna. Oh, okay, I'm getting excited. It's
No.
extract trick.
Yeah, it was an extractor trick. What a sad time.
I'm looking so forward to something sneaky. This is all I can think about.
There's the drone into the base. He's
And yeah,
revealed it.
It's just a scout by the looks of it.
See, scouting this early has literally told him nothing. That's
I mean,
the downside to
Yeah.
this.
I mean, he's either the gateway, but like, what's the point? He's gonna do the same thing, to be honest.
Yeah, he is indeed. I guess the game will carry on as normal, and we won't see any
Okay,
early rushes.
this drone is going to the third. No, he's going to the gold. Okay, so yeah, we are gonna see a proxy hatch. It must be right.
A proxy hatch on his opponent's gold.
Yeah, this can actually be very strong.
Could you explain to us how this works for the viewers?
I think Leon's gonna do a different version of it. I think what he's gonna do is what he did against me, where he makes a hatch here, he gets burrow, gets roaches, and then just goes for like a roach bust, and then burrows roaches at their natural, so they can't take it for a very long time.
Right.
But what Cats does is he takes this gold base, and then he makes a bunch of queens and a bunch of spines, and then a bunch of lings using the gold mineral eco boost, and then he breaks the debris, and then using his massive amount of queens, he spreads creep all the way up to the Protoss's natural, and then just walks 10 spines there, burrows his 10 spines, and then the queens transfuse the spines, and then even when there's like 4 or 5 cannons, the spines will break the wall and the Zerglings come in. It's a very hard build to beat.
That does sound like kind of fun, though.
Yeah, you need to know it's coming to stop it, and it's one of those builds that the first time you play against it, you'll just lose because it's so weird.
Yeah.
But when you know how to beat it, then you have a chance.
I did play a game on ladder once where my opponent just built spines all outside my base, and I was just like,
Right.
well, this is interesting.
Getting a bit distracted, we do notice the probe comes in and sees the lack of a natural, and it even sees the roach warren. So
Oh.
he should know exactly what's up. And the probe's actually stuck. He needs to mineral walk that straight away, or else the drone's gonna kill it. And the drone
There
kills
we
it.
go. Free kill for that drone. Good job.
Bad micro by ThatGuy. Amazing micro by Leon.
Amazing micro to
Killing
click
probe
on that
with
one
one
probe.
And one roach warren. That roach
Yeah.
warren was very important for that move.
It was indeed. So, Mothership calls out, Stalker's on the way, Gateway Research, and a Forge. Pretty
Yeah,
standard.
and the pylon coming down, so he's going to want to put cannons there as soon as the forge finishes, because he knows that something sneaky is going on.
Indeed. He hasn't actually scouted the base so far. Maybe the mothership core will be the lucky one to stumble across this, but as we see at the moment, just roaches coming out of here.
He's sending the mothership core all the way across the map. I don't think that's a wise choice. And oh my god, a huge mistake by Leon. He's going to lose the Overlord. All he had to do is move it north up into that high ground, and it would have been totally safe and given him vision of the Protoss.
Not only that, he's already supply blocked before the Overlord dies, and now that the Overlord is dead, bad things are going to
That was very
happen.
bad. Like, that spot on the high ground near the natural is just... You should always just have your Overlord there. They won't be able to kill it until they get out air units.
Yep. 2 Stalkers on the way, Burrow about to complete. The Stalkers are going to see the Zerglings going past.
Interesting, the Stalkers and Mothership Core are on the other side of the map, and the Roaches are already coming in, and they're going to snipe the cannon, maybe? They have to snipe the cannons. They have to snipe the cannons. They can't let the cannons get up, and instead he's going for probes. I don't really like this choice, because when those cannons get up, it's going to be so hard to reinforce this.
Yep.
And as 3 Stalkers will take on 3 Roaches, so and then he can't reinforce. Like, he has 4 Lings coming in. Are they really gonna just run past the cannons? They'll
Managed
just die.
to get a Stalker and uses the Burrow nicely. No detection as of yet as well.
Oh, and he does lose one Roach. Some
Bad micro
missed
losing
there.
a Roach.
All 4 Lings run past those 2 cannons and die, and now 3 Roaches are gonna come. Are they gonna die too?
One of them will.
One will. I mean, yeah,
The other one's going to be low.
this isn't really worth it. I mean, look, 24 probes to 18 drones. There's no natural base. He has to do game-winning damage with this. Like,
I mean, he does have double the army supply of his opponent, and still no detection on the
comes
field.
in, and they can cast that photon overcharge, and then 2 more Roaches run in. 1 dies. He just needs to not send Roaches in one at a time. He needs to get a big force of them and just snipe down that pylon. And then one Roach just sacrifices itself, and then another one's gonna come and die. Only 2 Roaches left in the main, so
That Roach is in range of the turret's detection, so it is going to die. I mean, if he had destroyed those cannons, I genuinely feel he would have taken this game.
yeah, I mean, it's clear that Jeffrey had no idea that the hatchery was on his side of the map. So
Nope, I mean, he knows now, but I mean, there wasn't anything to tell him that that was the case.
Burrow the Roach, and the Roach at the natural will just about Burrow, but it's in range. Yeah, interesting to note that the cannon has longer detection range than attack range. So despite the cannon not attacking it, it could still see it, so the Mothership Core could kill it.
Yep, that is absolutely the case. So one thing I wanted to ask you, Zane, in this build, would you normally be mining from this gold base?
Well, he should do. I think when you do a gold-based build as what you do is you send 10 drones across the map, even though that will cut your mining for about like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
The gold base reaches max saturation so quickly it becomes worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you have 20 drones, you need every drone to do as much work as possible.
Yeah, that's.
And I mean, there's even the robo. The observers are on the way. There's one in the main actually that managed to snipe off the rest of the Roaches, and I don't see how this is gonna work.
One pylon down, but he's not getting through the
Queens
gateways
are nice,
and the
but
stalkers.
he didn't even need to use photon overcharge to hold the first wave, and he still has that. And to be honest, minor criticism: this wall is way too far forward. Like, if he photon overcharges as natural, he can probably still hit the wall. So this wall should be like 3 spaces up, to be honest. But it shouldn't matter anyways. The series. And Leon did take his natural base, but he still has yet to put drones on it, so his economy is still very poor.
He does have drones on the gold at last, so he's going to at least start mining from
Only
there.
3, and no more on the way.
No.
He's basically all in, so I don't really know what he needs to do at this point. I mean, there's Immortals on the way. It's just probably going to be like an Immortal Sentry all-in follow-up, and I don't think there's any way to hold it.
Yeah. He had a window of opportunity, unfortunately he missed it. So this game looks like it's going the way of our Protoss player once again.
Mm-hmm. And this is a best of 5 series, so if that guy takes this, then he will be on match point, and we could be seeing our first sweep in an Imperial show match.
The first ever sweep. I hope it doesn't happen. I really want to see
so.
Leon fight back. I think he's got it in him. I believe.
Mm-hmm. He has a 100% win rate against me.
100%. He knows how to beat a Protoss.
Definitely. And as the second Immortal pops, No, that he's making a third. So I assume when this third immortal comes out, he's just going to march across the map, and he might probably make a quick stop to kill this gold, and then he'll go over to the Zerg side of the map and just destroy everything. It's going to take a miracle for Leon to win, but I do believe in miracles.
Myself also.
Like some of the StarCraft games I've seen wild things in my life.
Sing Song in chat says that Zane, you beat him with Mass Sentry Triple Forge. Have you any comment?
It's true.
It is true. It is true. That's just
But
showing the power of Leon
I've beaten
that he
a
was
lot of
able
people
to
with
win.
Mass Sentry Triple Forge, so it's nothing to be ashamed of.
And here comes the Protoss. There's not a lot you can do at this point, is there,
Okay.
really, other than admire?
There's 3 Swarm hosts on the way. What is
Swarm
this mean,
host
Brad?
transition is something I missed. It means if he doesn't die now, this game is going to go on forever.
Well, Swarm hosts are overpowered, right? Are they overpowered enough to be able to hold this?
They're not quite Windfesters, so no.
I hope they do win. I mean,
Where are they
Swarm
being
hosts are very
built? Are they
strong.
being built in
There's
his
only
main?
3 of them, but
They're in his main.
given an infinite timescale, they will make an infinite number of units. Don't forget that.
That is true, but they're also in his main.
And the mothership quarters get sniped. That's really sloppy. It had max energy. There's no reason for it to die. And I think, Leon should retreat.
The
but
force fields are
most of
working against his own
queens, They
units.
can't really retreat, so I
Needs
guess
to
there's
be-
no choice. Swarm host coming up. There's 5 more in production.
Here comes Swarm hosts. They should have been built at this base instead of at the main, because now they've taken 4 years
Yeah,
to
they're
walk
taking
here.
too long, and the force fields are going to zone everything out. This hatchery's going to die for sure. He needs to evacuate, but he's not.
I'd like to see at least one
Oh, the
transfuse
transfuse.
before this fight. Oh, there goes one.
But he still has a lot of force fields. He can still zone this out very easily, and he does have an observer, so he can see these swarm hosts. He can kill them. He can shoot them down.
And despite
And
the-
more swarm hosts are popping, but they're at the natural in the main, so they're nowhere near enough to help reinforce this army. There's so many overlords here. They're all going to die too, maybe. And then heavy supply block coming up, maybe.
Probably.
And the queens
Oh,
slowly.
He leaves all of those overlords on 10 HP because he's very generous and doesn't
There's
want
2
to
more
win.
coming because they really want to die.
Those
There's
ones really
a
wanna
borrowed
die.
queen who thinks she can't be seen, but she can, and she pops out. I guess. Possibly the queen and the overlords were there, so we could delay the army enough, so we could get these 4 queens back to safety. I like to
Maybe?
think that's what happened.
I like to think that the queen was just marking where the overlords were so that the Protoss army could kill them
Oh,
easier.
actually, there's like 10 zealots in the main, 8 zealots in the main base sniping the
Oh,
lair.
yeah,
There's
we've missed
swarm
that.
host and queen. The queen has enough for a transfuse.
It's already
No,
used
doesn't,
it.
but the-
It used one transfuse already.
The queens are
The queens are
coming.
slowly.
Oh,
That one's
oh,
got a transfuse.
transfuse,
Oh! Oh! Clutch!
He's gonna save
He's gonna
it.
save the.
He's gonna save
oh
it
my
as long
god!
as he keeps transfusing and burrows these swarm hosts and gets the locusts out. Maybe pull the drones. No, it's gonna be fine.
There's no more
But-
transfuses left. Oh, and it goes down. I thought that was going to be the sickest play of this show match right there. And
now
he's
we
placed
have a
the new one off
base
center.
against nearly 3 base Protoss. So
The new base
Robo
is actually
Bay on
off
the-
center.
second Robo on the way. Colossus production started. Shields, thermal lance. Yeah.
Twilight Council.
But there are 11 swarm hosts on the map.
There are 11
Have
swarm
you seen what
hosts.
Snook can do with 11 swarm hosts?
Win a lot,
Win a lot, yes.
like all the time.
I think if Snook took over, he would win this match.
You really off one
he could,
base
yeah.
against a 3 base Protoss
Yeah,
with Colossi.
but he has swarm hosts.
Yeah, but look at the supplies. Let's just take a moment to look at the army supply. It's double in favor of our Protoss, nearly.
But think about this: when the locusts die, how much did your army supply go down by?
Well, we just saw a bunch die and nothing changed, so I guess
Exactly.
it's 0.
So, if he kept making locusts and kept doing damage with them without losing any swarm hosts, he could, in theory, win.
Killerbot makes a good point. Leon isn't Snoot. But Sing Song asked, what about Jaedong?
Jaedong definitely couldn't. Jaedong was really bad.
Jaedong's already lost at this point.
Yeah,
Jaedong GG'd 5 minutes ago.
Jaedong, actually.
I think you're right.
Jaedong would have lost a long time ago.
Now he needs to rally these swarm hosts the other way because otherwise he's dead.
Yeah, and it's too late actually. This third base is just going to die. I mean, look at the if you just look to the north of
well
the third,
saturated
it
third
takes 3
base.
force fields to wall that off. And then the
Yeah.
Locust won't go to by unless they come through the south, which will take a long time. And
It
then
doesn't matter, he's sending them north anyway, so...
it takes a few force fields to stop that as well.
Those were not the 3 force fields he was
Look,
looking
just
for.
look at that. The entire Protoss army just runs away from 4 Locusts. That's how strong Swarm Hosts are.
Yep, they are kind of
there,
broken.
there are 19 Swarm Hosts out now. That's a lot. You can't...
What I want to know
19 Swarm Hosts.
is why Swarm Hosts are so cheap.
I mean... It's funny to note that...
our Zerg player is on 1 base and has managed to afford 19 Swarm Hosts. What has been
he's
going
just starting
on?
the layer now at 19 minutes 30 because it was sniped earlier.
The infestation pit is actually bleeding out because of...
No, I thought it was.
oh
but
no,
it
it's
wasn't.
being attacked,
It
and
was-
now it's
But
dead.
now it's dead. So
Well, there go the
the-
Swarm Hosts,
the
I
lair's gonna get
suppose.
sniped, and there's no way that's gonna live. The queens are way too far away. There's not even creep joining the main to the natural, and yeah, this hatchery's gonna die.
Wait a minute. Don't
gonna
say,
die.
never say never.
Oh.
No, look at the transfuses. Look at the trans. He's still got like 5 more. 4,
I guess he decided
3,
to go for the drones
2,
instead. He's still might
1.
get it.
He's still gonna get it. The, Zerg,
No, he
the
won't.
Zealots are never gonna die.
The Zealots are too busy killing other things. Like
the Zealots are never
entire
gonna
middle
die.
line, for example, for a
You
start.
should use those transfuses before the queens all die.
He's a transfuse that one queen. Oh, it dies. Okay.
And well, the left finished.
Okay, instead of killing the lair, he's gonna kill. Okay, he's gonna kill everything anyway.
He's gonna bring
And
in
then he has
a bunch
his
more
army
Zealots
on
and
right
win the
side,
game.
coming up with 4 colossi.
Okay.
Just doubling the supply now.
Even with 19 Swarm Hosts, can you see a way out of this game?
Yeah, you have to call Snoot and get him to come to England very quickly.
I think the only way out is typing GG.
No, I think Snoot could do it.
Singer-song poses a good question. On a scale of 1 to Jaedong, how much do you love Jaedong?
Jaedong.
I agree, Jaedong.
I wonder what Jeffrey's thinking right now. I guess he must know he's won. I guess he's just savouring his victory.
Something along the
Is
lines
this Colossus
of...
going?
Oh no.
Oh, it didn't. I thought it would go all the way deep, but it didn't.
That Colossi is rolling deep. Is he
And
trading
Stork
3
is
units?
separating
Oh, the
rest of
blink!
the army.
The blink! Clutch play. I don't know why he doesn't just walk around and kill all the Swarm Hosts from behind whilst they're sort of kind of
I
isolated.
don't know why he doesn't walk forward and kill the Stormers from any direction. And the
Because his
Stalkers are coming-
opponent
I mean,
has somehow
this
built
is such
more
a good position for the
bases.
Stalkers. They can blink like into the main. They can blink up into like that ramp area. So the Locusts don't
Where
know
were
which
the
way to go.
Locusts? Were the Locusts killing the Zealots? I didn't see where they went.
No, they're on the left. They're attacking the Stalkers. But the thing with this position is, he can just blink into the main. So the Locusts think, okay, I'll go up the ramp. But then if he does that, then the Stalkers just blink in and kill the Swarm Hosts. It's like a lose-lose situation. Instead, Stalkers just come back, snipe this base to make sure that the Zerg is on one base. And as the supply comes to 176 to 61, I don't think there's any way to win. Even Snoot would lose at this point, I admit that.
Absolutely.
Interesting to note that the mineral and gas count for both players, 4,000, 2,000 for our Protoss,
Yep.
and 2,000, 1,500 for a Zerg.
Jeffrey appears to be going for Facebook money with his bank account here in this game. He just
I
doesn't
can't
want to
really
spend
blame
any
him.
money.
I think he knows he's won, he's just taking it relaxed. He probably has one hand on the mouse. Probably just like relaxing.
Probably, I don't know,
Getting ready for the next game.
Reading
Thinking about what
Facebook.
map his opponent might pick.
yeah. Watching YouTube videos, killing this Nexus with 1 Zealot.
Well played.
There's the GG. And I think that's going to be it for this game.
Yeah.
As this last wave of Locusts achieve absolutely nothing.
Well played, and the game is over. That guy leading the series 2-0, and this is a best of 5, so that guy is on match point.
Indeed, he is. Zane, could Leon
Yes.
have won that game?
Yeah. You
How
can
many-
win any game.
How many times?
Infinite.
Infinite times. That's how many Swarm Hosts he had.
Exactly. He had
Yeah.
so many Swarm Hosts.
He had infinite Locust.
Infinite. Like, I think someone did some tests in, like, I don't know, like, some other country, and they just kept making locusts, and they never ended.
They actually tested that.
Yeah, they just keep coming out. And then by induction, you can say that if locusts come out, like, now, and they come out, like, one time later,
Yep.
If they come out one later, that means they'll come out forever by induction.
Yep. If in the base case they come
But
out and
but
then
but the guy still tested it anyways. And
yeah,
by the guy, I don't mean that guy. I mean someone else.
no, that guy's a different person from the
Yeah,
guy. We should clarify that.
definitely.
Okay, cool. So that makes it 2-0 to our Protoss player Jeffrey, and we will be letting Leon choose the next map again before we go into game 3. Fingers crossed he can reverse all kill his opponent.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I mean, it has happened before in GSL and a lot of other tournaments,
And this
so
is
it's possible.
definitely comparable to GSL.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So we'll go to a quick music break, and we will be back in a second.
Okay.
Okay, and we are back in the lobby with our two players, Jeffrey and his opponent, Leon. Zane, are you there? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, awesome. So, what are you thinking about this game? What map are we on? Give us a bit of
We're on
information.
Foxtrot Labs, which is, I think, one of the weirdest StarCraft maps that's actually been on ladder. I mean, there's been some very, very weird Pro League maps, but I think this is the weirdest map that's actually made it through the hands of Blizzard into the ladder.
Is this a community-made map?
Yeah, all of the maps in the map pool are at the moment, actually.
Oh, that's nice.
So the thing with this map is, it's two maps in one. So like bottom left against top right is a different map to top left against bottom right. Like they're very differently laid out. So they're very different maps. It's two in one basically.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we do have top left, blue Protoss on match point, that guy, and in bottom right, haven't not taking a single game in this series so far. Ooh, Leon in HK.
Absolutely. They're having a nice little chat about their subjects, getting to know each other. That's what the society is about, getting to know your friends and fellow StarCraft players.
And your fears too.
And your fears. I currently fear everything that comes out of a Zerg building.
Yeah, including broodlings. Especially broodlings.
Especially broodlings. Those are the worst things to come out of a
Yeah.
Zerg building because you're not even expecting it. And I've made a mistake because I didn't actually open the game thing. Thank you very much, chat, for letting me know. I was too busy concentrating on setting up the pretty scoreboard down in the bottom right,
And again, Leon sending out his trademark super early drone scout.
which will almost certainly achieve nothing except scout this cool little cleaning bot. Hello, cleaning
Yeah.
bot. Look at it. It's got a little
Hopefully
Hoover.
Leon watches
blade.
the cast afterwards, or I mean, I'll just tell him shouldn't send the drone out this early.
Yeah, it's just hurting his economy really at this point. Needs to be at home mining, doing its damn job, doing what it does best, and nomming on those minerals. Nom 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 nom.
And Leon again going for like a gateway-based opening. He hasn't been a fan of the Forge, it seems.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, is the gateway
Protoss
opener
definitely
still?
isn't broken.
That's right. Is the gateway opener still the preferred opener? You think? At the moment?
I would say yes, but recently a lot of Protoss have been going Forge. Like Rain played in a insane Korean IEM qualifier today, and actually the first round was Rain versus Sue. Think about it. The first round in a qualifier was Rain against Sue, and Rain did win 2-0. I watched the games earlier today, and he did go for Forge in both games. So Forge
Nice.
still
work.
has its place in this matchup.
I'm a Forge fanboy. I think I'll always go Forge in my PvZ matchup, but that's just me.
I'm a gateway man myself.
Probe's going out, having a look at the natural.
And for the first time in
Yeah,
this series, we
hatches
do
there.
see a hatch first.
Yes, we did. I
Hatch
think
into port. So this isn't the greediest thing you can do. If you wanted to be greedy, you could have gone for 3 hatch before pull, or hatch gas pull, or maybe hatch first at the gold. That's very popular on these positions. I mean, the gold's really easy to take quickly, but it's also very risky because if you look at how the interesting placement of this, like the minerals make like a wall, but units can come on the other side of this wall and then kill the drones. But that doesn't stop Zergs from still taking that gold very early on this map.
Yep, it's a pretty powerful play. Wonder if we'll see it. We saw him do some well, not cheesy stuff. We saw him do some interesting stuff in game 2. He might go for it.
So we do see that guy staying on 1 gas. Okay,
And
he's
then he
taking the second
immediately
gas
builds
now.
a second gas as soon as you say that. Isn't that always the way?
So I mean, if he was staying on 1 gas, that would be highly indicative of like some gateway pressure or very fast third base. But the second gas going down slightly late means that he's probably going to go for maybe like a Robo or a Stargate. I mean, he could still go for third base, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't seem to be deviating from his standard game plan that we've
And we can
seen
see
in the
the
first
probe
few
is searching
games.
for a third base, and he doesn't see one, so he must be slightly worried. And then an
Yeah.
interesting thing to note about this map is on both. I said it was 2 maps in one. On both positions, both variants of the map, you have to build your wall as a Protoss very far forward, and then it actually becomes too far forward to protect with photon overcharge. So this is a very good aggressive Zerg map.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It might turn out to be a good pick for our Zerg player Leon, and
Like,
we'll see if he can capitalise
Leon's
on that.
strategy in the first game would have been very good on this map.
Is he going to get the surround on the probe? I don't know if he's looking for it. Oh, no, he was.
And then as the
Nearly got
Stalker
it.
comes in, he's going to fend these Zerglings away.
And
Stalker is the same speed as the
keeps them all
Zergling,
alive.
so the
Oh,
Zergling
no!
should never catch the Stalker.
The